Hello and welcome. Today is Sunday, the 31st day of August 2014. My name is Derek. Welcome to this weekend's silver chart analysis video. The month for August is over, down almost $1 or about 4.5%. As we move into September, Labor Day is tomorrow on Monday, which means kids will go back to school, which gives them an opportunity to not learn how money is created, because that is just something that is not taught in schools really at any level, whether it's the first grade, whether it's high school, or some sort of college education. Yeah, they're not going to teach you how money or what money really is. But anyway, as far as this chart is concerned, 19 months since here, only 5 of them are up months, which means 14 of them is down. This is the 14th month out of 19 down. This was an up month, but it's pretty much break even, as was this one in here. There's really only been 3 consecutive up months in over a year and a half. This one here, but of course it came back down to this level. Same thing with here, because now what's been going on is lower high, matching low. Lower high, matching low. Lower high, we have another matching low in here. It's been that kind of pattern, a descending triangle, a very bearish pattern to say the least. Therefore, again, probability odds should state there's a better chance of at least having a break into the 16, 17 area than there would be of breaking out above here. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I can't say for sure. It's just that when you see support tested as much as it has within this in a lower high consistent form, the signs are most certainly more on a bearish level than they would be on that of a bullish level. For me to see bullish signs, step 1, flatten out, and well, as long as it stays above this line and stays in a range of like 19 to 22 over the next 5-6 months, then yes, this 18 average band would flatten out, and what it needs to do is get above the band, establish resistance somewhere, maybe come back to this flat or starting to rise band, and then break resistance. Then I'll be talking about bullish signs, but right now there is nothing to point that out. Of course, this key resistance level, this area here in the 14 to 15 area, would be the next significant level if, of course, there's more downside action. And going below that, 11, or 10.5, which is the significant Fibonacci, which would be a 61.8% level. And normally, I would joke around about any type of chart priced in fiat dollars that would actually test such, because that's just something they don't do. The Dow Jones doesn't test 61.8% in the long-term time frame, or really anything else that's priced in dollars over the long term because of inflation. It just doesn't happen, and it's because there is no store of value within it. And that's not an opinion. I'm not saying my opinion is that currency's got no value. That's fact. It loses value over and over again, but regardless of the fact, people are not understanding what money is, so that a push down like that is definitely possible. In fact, I seen a commercial this last week, which was very disturbing. It's a fast food commercial. I'm not going to tell you who it's from, but there's a older gentleman who is passing down a silver Morgan dollar to what looks to be either his grandson or his great-grandson. And the disturbing fact was he looked at the sign and seen a value menu for $1 for food, and he was like, you know what, I'm not going to give it to you because, yeah, that sign, which again shows the insulting intelligence of the human race for not knowing what money is and the value of what a silver dollar is. Even though they were just joking around, it's, to me, no joke when you consider what real money happens to be. But anyway, again, multiple tests within the support level. Signs do not look the greatest. Now let's just take a look at the weekly chart, just focusing on this part here. Nothing much more to go over because it just shows the same story pretty much. You got the multiple support tested area, and then of course the multiple lower highs. When we move this on to a daily chart, I talked about this a couple days ago. This period here, and it's a bearish, it's a cattail, I think they call it, regardless of the fact it's very bearish. It happened here, and the bearish side did not play out because price action went from 1930 up to 1990. But again, it did it again on Thursday. Friday, just going sideways within it. Technically an inside day, which is now again very bearish as far as legs lower. Leg lower number 1 came here, it corrected in here. Leg 2 lower. Question is, will there be a third leg lower? The monthly, weekly chart is not looking so good. Don't know why the same would be stated in here. I've even heard that on one of the comments, man, you got to short this. It's a very bearish thing because they're going to stop QE, quantitative easing. And if that's the case, oh, that's extremely bearish to say the least. And well, if we look back on the weekly chart, this down move came because of quantitative easing being added. So, okay, but secondly, if you know how fiat currency is created, you know that that's something that could never be stopped anyway. But I'm sure that they could say they're not doing it anymore, but they're going to have to. It's like a crack addict who says, yeah, I'm not going to do it anymore. Do you really believe that? But again, anyway, bearish signs to say the least. Taking a look at this just on a swing line from this point in here, I quickly drew up a chart. And yeah, so it goes up to 1990 from 1930. That's a gain of about 3%, and then immediately comes back to a little over 1950. So that's about a 40-cent decline, 2%. Thus, here, making a high higher than these two, and then back down to the lows. That's a very bearish signal again, which should state that in the short-term time frame that it's going to break down below here and test the low 19s, high 18 levels as the next significant area as we move on to the next week, on to Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Again, it's a shortened week because of the holiday. Don't know if the Europeans celebrate Labor Day or not. I think they don't, but I'm not entirely sure. And I'm going to just wait and see on that, but bearish signs to say the least. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a magnificent week. Bye-bye.